Go design the Note phone that you want. Like, give them the blueprint that they need to create the phone you need the way you need it. All right, so in this video, straight up 100%, I'm finna hurt some feelings. But I gotta tell the truth. That's right, I said truth with oof at the end. Y'all can't handle the truth, player. Grumpy old technology snobs. Hey, look, the technology snobs is going crazy right now, man. They left and right. You know, new phone release. What does that mean? Technology snobs is on the loose. My name is CJ. This is CJ Knows Tech, where I love to talk tech and anything creative. And today we are talking about why does everyone hate the Galaxy Note 10? So there's been a lot of buzz about the Galaxy Note 10 lately. Luckily, I was able to go down to the Samsung event, check it out. I also got some personal hands-on time with the Galaxy Note 10, and I've put out some videos and I've seen the comments. Now, there's been an echo, a pretty similar comment that comes in to reference of the Galaxy Note as to why some long-term Note fans and some people from the outside looking in discredit or dislike the Galaxy Note 10. So let's kind of talk about some of those reasons and let's kind of debunk them, or let's just add some real cold-hearted truth to it. The first thing we're gonna talk about is the no headphone jack. I know you probably heard this in every video, you're probably tired about it. I'm gonna make it short and sweet. Number one, if it matters that much to you, just use the dongle. Like, I don't see how hard it is to just have an extra wire in between your wired headphones or your aux cable and the Galaxy Note 10. Just deal with it. Simple as that. My second thing I just want to point out is it's the times. It's time to evolve. You know, a lot of people have a problem with change. But like, for real, in this generation, like, at least for me, I've seen so much change and so much adjustments happen, especially in the technology world, that like, at some point we gotta get with the times. Like, man, tapes are gone, CDs are gone, VCRs are gone, DVDs are gone. And headphone jacks, unfortunately, when it comes to smartphones, are gone. It's not like they're completely gone. You have a dongle. They gave you a cheat code. They gave you a way to still use your wired headphones. Why are you complaining? Bluetooth is actually convenient. Having no wires is actually convenient. I get it, there's a lot of uses to the 1/8 inch, and also there's better sound quality with an 1/8 inch. When I'm out and about, I'm wireless as far as audio goes. Thank you for the cameo. I don't know what that was. That looked like a huge butterfly, moth, something. Another reason I've seen a lot of people upset about is the 1080p screen on the Note 10. Not the Note 10 Plus, but just the Note 10. It's just a 1080p screen, and some people, I can't get with 1080p. Wow, really? I remember everyone complained about the 10R with the 720, and that happened to be the best-selling smartphone. So, okay. And here's the reality, guys. When you're watching YouTube, you may not notice, unless you're one of those nerds that click on the settings and alter your video quality. A lot of you guys are watching videos in 480p. Most connections, you're at 480p, maybe 720, and 1080 if you adjust it on your own. Like, you guys don't even know what you're talking about. So to have 1440 resolution, which most videos on YouTube are not 1440 and XYZ. So, man, I'm sorry about the lighting. The lighting gonna be switching because we outside with the elements. Deal with it. I ain't gonna try to fix it in post either, man. I gotta keep it a buck. There go the sun again. So to complain about a 1080p display, in all reality, you'll be able to watch this video, which I'm shooting in 4K, at just as crispiness on the 1080p screen as you would on the 1440. Like, these screens are too small for you guys to even notice these resolution changes that you guys are asking for. Like, some people want 4K screens. It makes no sense. You won't physically, visually, with your human eyes, be able to see the difference. Knucklehead. And I just want to quote, like, a friend of mine, John Prosser. He runs the channel Front Page Tech. He even said it, the future of smartphones is not innovation, it's compromise. And we are seeing this with Samsung. They compromise some features to bring the price down, to bring the entry into a Galaxy Note to a lower level or a lower price point, just to make it easier to get a Note. And also, they found that not everyone wants the huge phone. The Note Plus is the real Note. Simple. If you want what we know the Galaxy Note's for, you get a Note Plus.
10 Plus, all right? I need it all. I need everything.
The big feature-packed Note. For the others that want something dialed down, but yet still a Note, not as big, which even my friend, check me out.
Note 10, because I favor smaller devices at the present time. I think I've had my share of the pluses, and they're just better in the hand.
Who's a big-time tech YouTuber, even another one, Kevin Tech Ninja.
Phones, man, I'm tired of these big, huge phones, man.
They're all going smaller. Form factors. There comes a point where the big phone is not the favorite phone. And I think we're gonna see that more and more. Honestly, when it comes to some of these future phones, I'm definitely looking towards a smaller model because every time I get a smaller phone, it's just refreshing. There's a lot of R&D and a lot of data that pushes the decisions that you see Samsung and others make. It's not just about you. And I think that's the cold hard truth. It's not about you. Like, we as a customer, one single customer, think it's about us and what we want, actually what I want as a customer. It's not even a we. Another thing that's crazy, going back to the headphone jack, I forgot to plug this a couple minutes ago, is only 30% of all Galaxy Note users use a headphone jack. So a lot of these comments that we're seeing about the headphone jack is just that 30%. But the majority rules and the majority can care less about a headphone jack, including me. Compromise has to come with these smartphones. You guys complain about the pricing. Complain about the price being too high. So now you got companies compromising features and innovation for price points. The price came down on the Galaxy Note 10. I don't even see anybody celebrating that. It was a big fuss, a big whine, a big cry last year on the Note 9 about pricing. They got that price down. I don't see nobody giving kudos or shout out to Samsung. Yo, shout out, respect to Samsung for doing that. I appreciated that. That's like, yo, it's easier on the pockets. I was able to slide into a Note Plus at way less than what I did last year. That's a win-win. And with that being said, I just want everyone to realize that Samsung is listening to us. They listen to their customers. They listen to the creators. They listen to our feedback, which is why they held on to the headphone jack as long as they did, because they knew that so many people wanted it. But after doing R&D, research and development, and finding out that only 30% were using the headphone jack, well, you do the math, it's simple. I think we should give shout outs to Samsung for, while everyone else was taking off, everyone else, all the other brands ditched the headphone jack, Samsung held out. Samsung, one of the most innovative brands, one of the people who take the risk and jump out ahead, they held out for you and me. So you gotta appreciate that. You just gotta accept that. You gotta accept the fact that, you know, certain technologies won't last forever. Anyone who ever loves CDs and has like one of them big old booklets of a bunch of CDs, what you think they doing? I hope they got Apple Music and Spotify and XYZ. They on Tidal or something. A lot of people are hating on the Galaxy Note 10 Plus. I think it's for a lot of the wrong reasons. Now, there's another thing. People think that we didn't get as spec filled of the Note, or people don't want the Note line being messed with. They don't want the smaller stripped down Galaxy Note 10. They just want the 10 Plus. They just want the 10 Plus or nothing. And I get where you're coming from, because when it comes to me as a Galaxy Note fan, I always go for the top of the Moot. One of the top, whatever the top of the Moot Note is, that's the one I go for and grab, because I enjoy that experience. But I also respect Samsung in the small factor Note, because for someone who doesn't want the big phone, and someone like me who's starting to get a little bit tired of the bigger phones, it allows me to get a Note. Now, the one part I do disagree is in the spec differences. I would have preferred the Note 10 to have the same specs as the 10 Plus, even with a higher price point, so that way I could get the smaller form factor but not miss out on all of the features, the extra depth sensor and so forth. It could all have something to do with space and the form of the phones, and it needing to be bigger in order to incorporate all of those features and extra hardwares. But you know, nonetheless, as a consumer, we as the people, we can complain and fuss about it not having this, not having that, but we don't know what it takes to create these devices. We don't even give respect to the fact that they're squeezing so much technology into these small devices, and that maybe room constraints are what's keeping us from getting the things that a lot of us are asking and begging for. You know what I mean? Go design the Note phone that you want. Like, give them the blueprint that they need to create the phone you need, the way you need it, and at the price you want, and then that way you can't complain. Until then, shut up, technology stops, be quiet, and everyone enjoy the technology that we are given year after year. I'm gonna just end this right here. You know what I'm saying? Got a little awkward. Y'all need to shut up though, technology snobs. Is everyone hating on the Galaxy Note 10? Does everyone hate the Galaxy Note 10? Let's talk about this, player.